God bless you. Today we're going to be doing a study on the first sins on the earth. So, of course, that will be in Adam and Eve around that time. So if you'd like to go to Genesis chapter 3, that's where we'll be starting. So before I begin, some of the sins we'll be looking at includes temptation, murder, like the first death, of course, Cain and Abel, desire and lie, okay, I'll begin. So in chapter 3, we'll start from verse 1 to 6. Now the serpent was more cunning than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made. And he said to the woman, Has God indeed said, You shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said to the serpent, We may eat the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God has said, You shall not eat it, nor shall you touch it, lest you die. And the serpent said to the woman, You will not surely die, for God knows that in the day you eat of it your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil. So then the woman saw that the tree was good for food, that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree desirable to make one wise. She took of its fruit and ate. So in verse 6 when it says, So when this woman saw that the tree was good for food, it was like the sin of temptation and like lust for the tree. Like there was temptation to eat the fruit, and that's a sin. So there's our first sin of temptation ever. So we'll continue. She also gave fruit to her husband with her, and he ate. The eyes of both of them were open, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves coverings. And they heard the sound of the Lord God walking in the garden, and in the cool of the day Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord God among the trees of the garden. Then the Lord God called to Adam and said to him, Where are you? So he said, I heard your voice in the garden, and I was afraid, because I was naked, and I hid myself. Then he said, Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree of which I commanded you that you should not eat? Then the man said, The woman whom you gave to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I ate. So, and then over here, with the serpent, he talks about how, because the serpent lied to them and tricked them, which is the first sin of that, of lying, God said, Because you have done this, you are more cursed than all the cattle, and more than every beast of the field. On your belly you shall go, and you shall eat dust. So the serpent has been punished for tricking them. And now we're going to go to our next sin, which is in the Bible that we're going to look at, which is Cain murders Abel. So we're going to start from verse 4. Abel also brought the firstborn of his flock and of their fat, and the Lord respected Abel and his offering, but he did not respect Cain and his offering. And Cain was very angry, and his countenance fell. So the Lord said to Cain, Why are you angry, and why has your countenance fallen? If you do well, will you not be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin lies at the door, and its desire is for you, but you should rule over it. So God's warned him about the sin and that he can't be tempted into it. Now Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and killed him. So that's the first murder and the first death. And then you have, when the Lord said to Cain, Where is Abel your brother? He said, I do not know. Am I my brother's keeper? So that's the sin of murder. And then we have, and then it talks about, not sin, but it talks about all the genealogy. But before that, it says, he said, I do not know. And he said, "What have you done? The voice of your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. So now you are cursed from the earth, which has opened its mouth to receive your brother." Also, I missed out that when Cain says to God, "I do not know, am I my brother's keeper?" That's lying, which is another sin, because to God he's lied to God because he knows exactly where he is in the field, but of course, because God knows everything, he knew that he'd killed him. And so now you are cursed from the earth, which has opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand. When you till the ground, it shall no longer yield its strength to you. A fugitive and a vagabond you shall be on the earth. And Cain said to the Lord, "My punishment is greater than I can bear. Surely you have driven me out of this day from the face of the ground. I shall be hidden from your face. I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond on the earth. And it will happen that anyone who finds me will kill me." And the Lord said to me, "Therefore, whoever kills Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold." And the Lord said, "Set a mark on Cain, lest anyone finding him should kill him." So, we've seen some sins in Genesis, the first sins. So we've gone through temptation, lies, murder, and desire and lust. So a recap of Eve: when she sees this tree, she has temptation and desires and lusts. And then the lie to God with the serpent lies to Eve, and of course the murder of Abel, when Cain murders Abel, which was another sin. And also when Cain commits another sin and lies to God. So I hope you have enjoy this short study on the first sins on the earth. I hope you enjoyed and learned something in this study. God bless you. Goodbye.